Welcome to this deep dive into the AZ-802 exam. We want to establish a deliberate, very measured and professional pace today for this comprehensive analysis.
Yeah, there is a lot of complex architecture to unpack, so taking our time is key.
Exactly. Our mission today is to really test your knowledge by sequentially tackling 6 specific technical scenarios. So let's just get right into it. Question 1. You have a Windows Server domain. The primary domain controller experiences a sudden, unrecoverable hardware failure. The remaining servers are online, but you cannot create any new user accounts or security groups anywhere on the network. Which operations master role was held by the failed server?
The correct answer is A. And it's A because you haven't just lost a regular server, you have lost the relative identifier or the RD master.
Right, the RD master. But if I have other domain controllers up and running, why does losing this one specific role completely freeze my ability to make new accounts?
Well, it comes down to how unique identities are built. Every user or group gets a security identifier, a SID, and that SID is a combination of the domain's root identifier and a highly unique RAD.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, the RAD master's entire job is to allocate blocks of these unique RADs to the other domain controllers. Once your remaining servers use up their local pool of RADs, they are stranded. They physically cannot generate a unique identity without the master handing them a new batch.
Okay, let's unpack this. It is essentially like a secure ticket dispenser at a deli counter. If the dispenser breaks, it doesn't matter how many clerks you have working, right? They just cannot hand out new numbers.
That is a perfect analogy. You have to fix that single point of failure.
Good to know. All right, moving to server hardware. Question 2. You're configuring a virtual machine that will host a high-performance database workload. The host server has multiple processor sockets and dedicated memory banks. You need to ensure the lowest possible memory latency for the database. What should you configure?
The correct answer is B. You need to disable NUMA spanning. UMA, or non-uniform memory access, spanning is, well, it's fascinating because it is a double-edged sword.
Wait, why? I mean, it allows a virtual machine to grab memory from multiple physical nodes if it needs more capacity, right?
Yeah.
Shouldn't more resources equal better performance?
Not if the processor has to cross a physical bridge to get to it. When UMA spanning is on, a CPU might actually have to access a memory bank attached to a completely different processor socket on the motherboard.
Oh, wow. So it travels further.
Exactly. That physical distance at a micro level creates serious latency. For databases where microseconds matter, keeping your memory strictly local to the processor socket is vital for high-performance workloads.
Got it. Keep the data close to the engine processing. Let's shift to storage. Question 3. Your local file server has reached maximum capacity. You implement a solution that synchronizes the server with the cloud, freeing up local disk space while maintaining the existing directory structures and file access for users. Which feature did you implement?
The correct answer is C. That is the cloud tiering algorithm at work.
Because it's not just a basic backup.
Right, not at all. The algorithm actively monitors file access. It retains your hot data, the frequently accessed files locally on the server for instant access. But for the older ones, files no one has touched in months, it quietly moves them to the cloud.
And it replaces the local file with a lightweight pointer.
Yes. So the file looks like it is still there taking up space, but it's just a tiny shortcut.
That is incredibly clever. Okay, transitioning to security. Question 4. You need to allow help desk technicians to perform specific maintenance tasks on servers without granting them local or domain administrator rights. The solution must use restricted remote endpoints. Which technology should you use?
The correct answer is D. You need just enough administration, or JEA. It operates via restricted PowerShell endpoints.
So you aren't giving a tech a blanket administrative account.
Exactly. You are defining the exact commands, the specific parameters, and the resources they are allowed to run during a remote session.
It is like giving the help desk a key that only opens one specific drawer in a cabinet, rather than handing them the master key to the whole building.
Spot on. It lets you delegate maintenance safely.
All right, moving to networking. Question 5. You are managing an application hosted in 2 geographically distinct data centers. You need to ensure that client requests are routed to the data center closest to the user's location to minimize latency. Which DNS feature should you configure?
The correct answer is A, DNS traffic management policies. It's how you direct traffic locally.
Right. But how does the system know where a user actually is before connecting them?
The DNS server looks at the originating network segment. Specifically, it looks at the client's subnets when they request an address resolution. It checks their network zip code and hands back the IP of the local data center.
Ensuring the traffic stays geographically optimized. Perfect. Finally, focusing on future-proofing. Question 6. You want to proactively prevent capacity outages on your Windows servers before monitoring alarms are triggered. You need a native feature that uses machine learning to analyze historical data and forecast future storage exhaustion. What should you use?
The correct answer is D, System Insights. It goes way beyond setting a static alert for when a drive hits 90% full.
Because it uses actual machine learning for predictive capacity forecasting.
Yes. It analyzes historical performance and capacity data, looks at your trends, and predicts when you will exhaust your storage so you can fix it weeks in advance.
All right, to wrap things up rapidly, today we have covered 6 critical domains for the AZ-802 exam-spanning RID masters, NUMA MA, cloud tiering, JEA DNS policies, and System Insights predictive analytics.